our great brother Don Cornelius, the brother that came out with Soul Train, during his time period, people was criticizing him because he had an entertainment program, and many of us, had loved seeing the videos from Soul Train. Well, in his time period, people was criticizing him about his show, and he should be doing more for the black community. The same things they like to tell everybody that has some sort of platform. I want you to listen to what our brother Don Cornelius had to say about that.
How do you handle the criticism some blacks make that shows of this nature should do more than just entertain, and you're not living up to the purposes and the goals of the wider adventures blacks should be pursuing?
Well, I could say that I resent those kinds of comments, but I'm just not into criticizing other black people. I think that's the most sinful thing a black person can do. And in regard to a black person who would raise one finger about something as harmless as Soul Train, with all of the evils and all of the oppression and all of the disparity that exists in this country, is more than misguided. But because I love black people so much, I'll use the term misguided, and I'll let you use your imagination to say what I think of a person who wastes time criticizing what black people are doing instead of spending his time trying to help black people in the way that he knows best, the way I know best to help black people, since I'm not a preacher nor an educator, is to try to project positive images of them and entertainment that they want. To me, is quite a luxury, because there's been so little in this country given or made available to blacks that they want. The person who dare criticize a Soul Train probably does not criticize NBC, ABC, and CBS because they've never had a black anchorman. That's a serious problem as far as I'm concerned, not how many records we play or how well black kids can dance. That's not what we're trying to say. We're trying to say that we deserve our kind of entertainment. We deserve a choice of entertainment. And if we're getting numbers, that means we're giving people something that they want. And with all due respect to the misguided person that might make such a comment, it's unfortunate.
I support Don Cornelius' position all day long. Let me tell you why. It's not everybody's position in the community to be speaking up on the issues. There are people that live that, they're versed in that, and that's what they should do. We should have some people that entertain. Doesn't mean entertainment got to be degenerate. Listen, it's okay to watch things that's funny. It's okay to watch things that's ratchet. It's okay to listen to ratchet interviews or whatever the case may be, right? Sometimes it's just an escape for people. Don't mean you engaging in it. You're just escaping. Because if we focus our attention on this stuff that's so serious 24/7, we go crazy, ladies and gentlemen. We will lose our mind and go plumb crazy. You understand? And we don't want to go crazy out here. We don't. We actually want to keep our mind kind of sane. That's what we need to do as a people. So for them to tell Don Cornelius this back in the day, and yet you'll say this to people today, listen, I don't want people in the sports world speaking up on our issues when that's not what they do. Oh, why can't LeBron? Why can't this? And why them? You got enough people. Why would LeBron James' word mean more than somebody else's word that's been speaking up on this? Why? Oh, because he had maybe a little more popularity. It's about what he's saying, not really his popularity. Now, what I would say to people in the entertainment world is just do two things. Don't be out here selling us out to the folks, and you know what selling out is. And when it's time to get down and support the community, you don't even have to be out loud about your support. If you say, if somebody in the community trying to do something, hey man, silently, give some money to it. Say, oh, y'all trying to put on an event and do this? Oh yeah, this is something extremely pro-black for the community. I like this. Let me give it to you silently. Because if I say something, like if I go in and they know my attachments to this event, it's gonna kind of mess me up. I don't want you to mess your bag up. Hey, that bag you getting, is going to help out the community and you passing it quietly, then cool, pass it quietly. We don't need you out loud. We don't need you on the front line. None of that. If it's time to vote for something in the community, then you just, hey, the community voting this way, I'm gonna go vote that way too. You don't have to speak up for nothing. You don't have to advocate nothing. Listen, I'd rather you be silent and do what you're good at and support the community in silence with your word, votes, and deeds, that nobody know what you got going on until you're ready to tell that, right? Because we know a lot of you work for them folks, and they would try to cut your bag if they found out you was actually supporting your community. It's nothing wrong with that. Even in the world of folks, them billionaires, they be supporting them white causes, but they're not out loud with it. They quiet. Because if they sat up there and said something like that or been a part of some of this stuff, it would ruin their business and they couldn't make the money because they say, oh, you tied to anti-black racism? You look at things like Charlottesville. You think billionaire money wasn't involved in that? It was. But they give that money to those groups quietly. That's what they do. They make them sign NDAs when they give them a certain amount of money. They say, look, I'm gonna give you $100,000, but you're gonna sign this NDA. You can't publicly say where you got the money from. That's what they do. Oh, they support them in their mission. Where you think the money come from? Most of the people that going out there doing that stupid crap, they poor. They don't have money for that. So it's being funded by billionaires in this country. But they do it in silence. And that's how we need to move also. We don't have to ruin our jobs. We don't have to ruin our careers to support the community. So Don Cornelius is 100% right. And this is the other thing. If we don't monetize our entertainment, somebody else is or will. When you complain about the Adam 22s and the DJ Vlads monetizing our community, we should be doing that. I told y'all a long time ago, if you focus just on the black community, I'm talking about every aspect of the black community, whether you're doing news and politics, you're doing entertainment, you can do sports, you can do DIY projects, and all that sort of thing. It don't matter what you're focusing on, right? Music, whatever. If you focus just on our community, that is trillions of dollars at your disposal that you can receive, and you don't have to step out of the black community. Why should we sit up here and not monetize our own community? Yet you see all these folks monetizing our community. You see Asians monetizing our community. Everybody's monetizing the black community, but we want to shame another black man or woman for monetizing our community. Even the gossip bloggers. Hey, I'd rather see a black woman get the bag from gossip blogging, or a black man, than the folks. You got more smoke for a black gossip blogger than the folks, and the folks be putting out wrong information too. You understand what I'm saying? So no, shout out to Don Cornelius. We need to monetize our community, period. Because that's where our provision lies, is the monetization of our community. And we need to stop trying to shame another black person because they're not out there being Minister Farrakhan. There's only one Minister Farrakhan. Only one. And it wasn't Don Cornelius, and it's not people like that other in the entertainment today. Let them do them, but they definitely can support the cause.